GM, we're back. Day 2 of Token 2049. Today, I'm with my boy, Oscar Ramos. How you doing, brother?
How's it going? Much better and excited to be here.
Hey, man, I always love meeting you, man. How's the last couple of months been? How's everything been going?
I mean, so far, a bunch of work. So far, a bunch of volatility when it comes to crypto. But we don't care. We know what's ahead.
The grind set mentality, right? This industry requires nothing else but full-time commitment to the game, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Brother, let's jump in super quick. Listen, if you had to bet dinner on it, Bitcoin up or down before year end? Big one.
So when it comes to Bitcoin, right? Like a prediction for what's ahead, by the end of this year, I mean, I'm honestly always watching the big leaders when it comes to Bitcoin, and they're saying we could go anywhere from 150 to 200,000. So I'm gonna put my prediction in that range.
150, 200,000.
150 to 200,000. I think it's conservative, and it will easily be a 2x for Bitcoin right now.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, because we got Eric Trump, we got Telegram founder, we got Donald Trump Jr., we got Michael Saylor, we got Katie Wood. Everyone who has something when it comes to Bitcoin, whether it's investments, asset management, ETFs, they're all extremely bullish. Right now, we just had a government shutdown in the U.S. Did nothing to the price. Actually, today, in the U.S. as well, we're pumping, meaning that we're not scared, and the future is bright, and Bitcoin is obviously going to be super important.
Interesting. I mean, that's the antithesis for Bitcoin. So if we look at some of your other proponents, which I know you're a big part of, the XRP army, what do you think about where XRP is going, and what do you see from your point of view in terms of some of the fundamentals and maybe some of the technicals behind how that community's been developing and where the XRP is going, you know?
Well, I mean, I think XRP for a lot of people, especially Bitcoin maxis, doesn't like it. It's obviously because they think it's a scam coin. They think Ripple is obviously selling all their stuff, every nonsense that they're saying, right? But I like it. I think it's going to be very important, especially for right now that we know the case that we have tremendous partnerships. Just Ripple alone. Not only that, which is a stable coin, it's growing in volume, it's growing in adoption, and I think overall XRP has story, track record since 14 or so. There's so many years of lessons learned, and there's change because David Schwartz, the current CTO, is stepping down.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be in the board of directors, meaning there's new blood coming in that they have the experience and knowledge. I think ahead we should be looking at very nice positions and passing.
Excellent. You heard it here first. I mean, in terms of what I see community-wise, right, I think there has been a bit of difficulty in terms of the price action over the last couple of months. We have been, I would say, stagnant and sideways. How do you think that's maybe affected, how people have been trading over the last couple of months and weeks? Because I know it's been a very choppy period for a lot of the assets. Like, how has that affected your community and maybe your style of trading?
No, honestly, I think it's a great question because it brings me back to BTCC, actually. So don't forget to sign up, fam, because I mean, I love what you guys are doing. Because my community, they love this type of competition challenges. The 2000 XRP and monthly competition, and we're pumped over. I have a 3000 XRP giveaway for that person that is putting a lot of time to grind. Because it's not easy, right? I mean, you can get all kinds of liquidations and strategies, but that's why we have stop losses, we have limit price. And I like that. I like trading. I have my group for traders. I have my group for investors. It's because they'll come from all shapes and sizes. Some people don't want to do trading because they're scared. Some people only want to do spot because they just want to accumulate and trade that spot. But it's not going to make you as much money as if you're trading. So I like that there's something for everyone. But if you want to be very risky and cut time to get to your goal when it comes to money, well, that's what we do trading, and that's why I'm always pushing my community to give it a chance. Like on BTCC, there's something called demo trading, so you don't have to put any of your money.
Exactly.
Just demo trade it for as long as you want, and whenever you feel ready, try it out.
I completely agree. I think that the demo trading aspect of BTCC is probably like one of the most invaluable parts of the exchange. And many people don't even know about it because, you know, getting a large risk-free amount of money to trade is incredible. You can test out different strategies, etc. Maybe it doesn't give you the same feeling. I think when you're risking real money on leverage, there can be pain. We're shaking. When that price goes down, we're shaking. We're praying to God. But getting that experience on a demo trading account is always so useful. Which I think this brings me on quite nicely into my next question, more of a guilty question. What's potentially been one of the more riskier trades, win or loss, that you've taken over the last couple of months?
You know, in the summer of this year, and even early spring, as we were just welcoming Donald J. Trump in the U.S., where I'm from, I decided to do a bunch of trading on BTCC on different exchanges. But because of the tariffs, the guy, everything was fine. Then he started with tariff China, tariff Mexico, tariff Canada. It was like a 3-month slaughterhouse of tariffs.
Just tariffs,
and we were like, we want to pump. And I mean, we pumped when he won, November, December. Once he came to office, we started dumping, meaning that a lot of people, including myself, I got some positions that I got liquidated because I was bullish, but the news came so fast that obviously we didn't have.
You just weren't ready.
Because that risk makes you a lot of money. And honestly, I love the longs instead of shorts. I mean, I'm guilty of that.
We're optimistic people.
Yeah, of course.
I'd rather be an optimist than a pessimist. And I think bearishness and being short is more of the pessimistic view on life, right? I think as bulls, we were always somebody that was rather long in life, right? Always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I appreciate being so candid. Listen, everybody gets liquidated. I've been there many a time, and it's some of the worst feelings in the world because it feels so much like it's your fault and this is wrong. And you know, sometimes things can just go against you. The market is an unruly teacher. You know?
And if I can add,
Go.
like if I want to trade or so, obviously you're not putting half of your portfolio, right? You're not gonna trade with 80%, not even 10% of your portfolio, right? That should be in a hardcore wallet, right? Cold storage wallet or something. But trading, it's starting with, you know, an amount of as low as $100 or so, $1,000. Depends where you feel. I mean, not everybody's the same. And then that amount, if you started well, turns into much bigger prices and much bigger amounts. That's why when I'm trading, it's like a 0.01% of my portfolio, and win YOLO, because you know that the risk is much higher.
Yeah. So you see, I mean, what you're hearing right now is some of like a very in-depth way of having risk management and being able to, one, have fun with it, at the same time also be able to make money with it. And those are like some of the two most important aspects of what we do here. Because I think at the end of the day, we seem to forget, like we are dealing with like pretty sophisticated financial instruments here, right? Getting access to the leverage that we're able to on these crypto exchanges can be quite addictive, but it also can be very powerful in the hands of people who, one, are able to teach them how to do it. And I would say there's one good teacher, it's Oscar Ramos. I follow this guy's community. He's honestly an inspiration of a person. Let me give you something else. So there's maybe 3 months of this year left, or 2 months. Yeah, 3 months or so.
Yeah.
What's one narrative maybe you've been seeing in the market that, you know, people, do you think they should potentially go along on? Is there anything you've been, you know, keeping your ear to the ground, or something you would give a bit of alpha on, you know?
That's what I do every single day.
Follow, subscribe now.
I can give you 10, or I'll do 5. We're gonna have October, which is Pumptober. We're gonna have 8 or so XRP spot ETFs. That's XRP.
Oh wow.
But we have Solana, Penguin, Baskets. There's so many coming. Due October 2. We're gonna have Clarity Act. That's the market structure bill, and they're rushing to pass it, which is exciting. Number 3, the SEC. Paul Atkins is so bullish in crypto. He is listening to all the great people, and the SEC and the CFTC, they're all working together. These are the two main agencies that at some point they were so against crypto in the US. Now they're pushing more crypto because of the new administration with Trump. Another one could be, well, this what we're living right now in Singapore. Yesterday, it was jam-packed. Today, there's a lot of people that are sleeping because they had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know. But still, people are here learning and getting to know and being aware. You're going upstairs here at the conference, there's a banner that says, there's a big screen says, there's still 2.6 billion people without internet.
Wow.
Internet right now it's the 5+ billion because people have it. Crypto, we're looking at 580 million users. Active users, that's maybe 100 or so million. Meaning that we're so early, and I think I gave you 4 or so, but these are the reasons why I'm here and why I'm very bullish that as long as I continue doing what I'm doing, I don't make stupid mistakes. I don't need to risk to, because it comes to a point that you have money, you don't need more money. You don't need more money to feel like you're a better person. Just enjoy the journey, meet awesome friends for life,
Oh yeah.
and that's
Man, super, super wise words there. I love it. And I think the final question that I'm going to ask, if there's one thing you recommend to people for this last quarter to stay safe and keep as much of the money that they've made so far in this bull run, what would it be?
stay safe or to do during this.
To make sure, they're not in a situation where they lose money and to keep everything they've had. What sort of advice would you offer at this stage of the year?
Okay, got it. Well, if you go on my X, my bio says, crypto is the future. I'm all in. I kept it for about 4 years now. I haven't changed that. Why? Because crypto is the future. And if you're all in since 2020 when I started, or 2021 when I started buying crypto, you already can see the trend. Yes, there's a lot of scams, bankruptcies, we went through hell in the bear market. But not many people remember, or if they do, they take that lesson or repeat it again and then sell. Now, till the end of this year, we have Q4, 3 more months. It is my expectation that's going to be very bullish. It's my expectation that we're going to see some green. There might be some bull traps, of course, but I think we're going higher. So all in before it's too late. And if you can swallow leverage, that's an even better way as I do it. But honestly, I mean, right now the time is to keep learning, to keep watching, to keep receiving, and just don't think about it too much. Crypto is here to stay.
Wow. This is a man with conviction, passion, and an inspiration. Oscar, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, my friend.
Thank you.
As always. Thank you so much, guys. On to the next one.